Good. So, guys, why are your camera off again? Neil, Yasmin, Shamil, Nazlı, are you so tired? Are you lying down on your bed or what?
No,
Okay, then why is the camera off?
I don't know.
Okay. And Neil, if there's no any secrets or no people around you, you can turn on your camera so I can see your face.
I
Yeah, that's
just look
much better, Neil.
tired.
If I see, I know whom am I talking to here, right? I'm talking to, but every time talking to the black screen, and you know what how I feel. That's not good. But sometimes if I ask turn it on, they don't do that. What can I do? But if no secret, no people around you, just keep your camera on.
I just
Okay.
look really tired.
Yes. What do you say?
I don't like to open my camera because most of the times I look really tired.
No, I mean, we have only 1 hour class, right? Even 50, 55 minutes. So, and if you just keep your camera on, I can ask you more questions, Neil. Okay. Guys, let's start the class. Um, what are we gonna do in the next 3 weeks? Okay, in this month, in February, and the 2 hours this week, we are gonna talk about geometry, even 1 hour. And after I solve these questions, I show you how to do that. I will give you some questions. You should practice those questions, Neil. Okay. And also there are answers at the back. You should solve and check your answer. Do you get the right answer or not? If it is right, okay. If it's not, then you should bring to the question, I mean to the class. We will discuss together. And after that, we will talk about number theory. Also, it takes maybe 1 or 2 hours. And after that, we will talk about divisibility. And after that, we will focus on problems, okay? And also, we will start solving, what is it, some more questions.
At home, we should do the. You're gonna give us stuff to do at home.
Say again, Neil?
You said you gave us some stuff to do. Do you mean like you gave us to do it at home or?
Yeah, at home. Now I will practice. Here's, and also
Okay.
individually, you need to do
Okay.
some self-studying, right? You have to solve some questions. At that time, you can check you understand everything or not. Okay. All right. So, what are we going to learn here? In this chapter, we investigate perimeter and area of a rectangle. Two important concepts, right? And when you just say perimeter, what is perimeter, Neil?
Like there's an area and the other one. The area is inside, like inside. And what did you ask?
Perimeter. What is the definition of a perimeter of a
The one.
geometric figure?
Okay. Uh, perimeter. I remember, but I know the name and stuff, but I forgot. Is it the out layer?
Simply perimeter is the length of the boundary of a geometric figure. Okay, for
Yes, the
example, let's
outside, like the DABC.
yeah. Now, like for example, let's say if you have a piece of land, right? Something, let's say this triangular shape, and you are going to keep some animals or something, whatever it is. The question is, you are going to enclose it with some kind of fence, right? Now, first the question is, how many meters of fence you need to buy if you go to market, for example? To answer this question, first you have to calculate the perimeter of this triangle, right? Can you press number one? And after that, we can just measure this and get our fence. So this is something related like this. In a lot of cases, we need to know the perimeter of a geometric figure. So we have to calculate this. Now let's start with very basic figures. One is rectangle, another one is a square. And what is a rectangle? We know the rectangle is a spatial quadrilateral whose opposite sides are equal and all interior angles are 90 degrees. And if all sides are equal, then, I mean, in a rectangle, if all sides are equal, then we call this a special figure, a square, right? So we know that in rectangle, the shorter sides, we call them breadth or width, right? Let's say usually we just use W, it means width. And longer side, it is length. Let's say it is L, this one is L. Then how do you find the perimeter? Since we say that perimeter is the length of the boundary, right? The first side is W here. The second side is L. The third side, again, from this side, it is enclosed by W, right? And here from the bottom, it is L. Now, if you simplify this, here we have 2 apples and 2 pears, right? If you just put in a single plate, how do you say that? It is 2 apples and 2 pears. So also here, something like that. Here we have
You
W plus
can
W.
multiply.
I can just write it as 2 times W, and L plus L is 2L, right? Even 2 is a common factor. I can write it like this, 2 times W plus L. Okay, that is times. So to find the perimeter of a rectangle, we need to add the length to its width and multiply by 2. That gives us the perimeter. And how about the area? The area of the rectangle, just we need to multiply
Area
it
is
width times length.
multiplication.
Very good. And usually when we talk about a square, let's say each side is A centimeters, A centimeters, A centimeters, A centimeters. So then what is the perimeter? Perimeter is A plus A plus A plus A. Just is equal to 4 times A. To find the perimeter of a square, just we need to multiply its side, right? Side length by 4. So that gives us the perimeter. And how about the area? Area is equal to A times A. And we know that if a number is multiplied by itself in a more compact form, I can just write it as A squared. So the area of a square is A squared. Yasmin, is everything okay? Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you. I understood.
Very good. Okay, Yasmin, then can you read the first one at the top, from the top?
Perimeter is the length of a closed curve. Hence, it is also the sum of lengths of the lengths of all sides of a figure. Kilometer, meter, centimeter, and millimeter are common units of perimeter.
So since we are talking about length, right, usually, for example, if you're talking about, what is it? A big, huge land, right? It's like kind of farm land, right? Agricultural land. How do you measure this? If you're talking about the perimeter, we use kilometer. And how about the perimeter of Azerbaijan, for example? We don't measure this in meter because it's long, right? The perimeter is we measured in kilometer. How about meter, for example? Let's say the perimeter of your house, the perimeter of your room, the perimeter of your table, the top of the table, for example. And when we talk about geometry figures, we use meter. And centimeters, the small one, right? If you just take your telephone, for example, and if I say that the face of your telephone, what is its perimeter? So we need to use centimeter. And how about millimeters for very, very small units? Anyway, how about the area? Area is a measure for the size of a figure, right? How much space is it occupying, right? Square meter, we use a square meter, and a square centimeter, cm squared, are common units of area. Okay, it's about this area. So perimeter of rectangle and the area of the rectangle, we have just talked about this. Now let's start doing some questions. In example 1, it says that calculate the perimeter of the following rectangle. So how do we do that? Width is given, length is equal to given.
May I say, please?
Yes.
So if the bottom number is 7, the upper number is 7, the bottom should also be 7. So that's why 7 plus 7, 3 plus 3.
Or just using the formula 2 times L plus W, right? 7 plus 3. So here we have 2 times it is 10. So that's equal to 20 centimeters. And another question is, okay, Neil, can you read the question?
Yes, the perimeter of the rectangle is 36 centimeters. The width is 7 centimeters. Find the length.
Okay, Neil,
So
what
the
do you
length,
think? What should I do in the first step here?
so it says the perimeter of the rectangle, that means the outer part, not the inside. Outer part is 36 centimeters and the width is 7 centimeters. We should multiply.
Okay, we can calculate this,
We
Neil.
should
What I want
multiply.
to say here is, if you
Mister-
are dealing with geometry question, if the figure is not given, first draw it, okay? And first draw, then answer this. Yes, Sadiq?
Can we do it on our own and say answer?
What do you mean?
It should
I'm saying that can you give us a minute and we'll do it on our own.
I will, Shamil, I will, but now a bit later, okay? These are very easy questions. When we have difficult questions, then I will ask you, okay? This is just introduction. I will ask you, okay? Just wait. So the perimeter of a rectangle is 36. So that means that its width is 7. So this one is 7, this one is 7, okay? Length, I don't know. Let's say it is L, it is L. Now the perimeter is, we know what is the perimeter formula, is equal to 2 times length plus width, right? Now from here, do we know the perimeter is given 36 times 2 times length, I don't know, and width is equal to 7, right? So now what is 30?
Mr. Kazim, should we
Yes,
just take like and multiply the numbers?
18. So L is equal to 18 minus 7, that's equal to 11. Dot, 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 the length is equal to 11 centimeters. Neil, here, the questions are not so difficult. Okay, now as we go further, you'll
I'm
see
just
more difficult
asking.
questions. No, wait, listen to me. Now I want you to solve these problems using some simple algebra. You have to get used to it. Otherwise, every time, I mean, we cannot make much improvements. I mean, if I'm just using letters and equations, you don't understand, we cannot make improvement much. Okay? And what
But
you
we
have
know
learned
the
at this,
algebra.
huh?
We're not that like common with algebra.
Yeah, that's why I'm teaching you here. If you know, I wouldn't teach you. You don't know, that's why I'm teaching here.
Because I feel like algebra is hard for, I think for all of us, algebra is harder than usual ones. Because when we
No,
do
no,
usual, we do it
Neil,
like
you
10 times.
didn't learn algebra yet. You're going to now, you start learning it. And you learn algebra maybe until you become 25 or 30. Now you should start learning from somewhere, right? Algebra is not something that is taught in 1 or 2 years, and you're going to use algebra for the whole lifetime. Now, why? Because algebra means solving problems using variables. Variables means letters. And using algebra means using variables, you form equation, then just solve it. That is algebra. Now, if you're saying that it is too difficult, guys, I don't know, you're going to participate in SASMO. Questions are not that easy. And if you don't practice, you just come to the class and just listen to me. You cannot learn much. I'm just telling you now, okay? I don't say you are wasting your time, but you will not learn much, okay? And here, what I expect from you is, you are the students and smarter than other students at school. You want to learn more and you want to solve more challenging questions. That's why you are here. Now, if you are coming to this class because your math is very weak and you want to improve, and I need to give you different lesson, okay? And that's why I should know this. What is your purpose to come to this class? And you are here because you are going to learn something difficult than the class school math.
I came to
Okay.
this class to learn something new.
What?
I came to this class to learn something new. Like, I already know stuff, but I came to this class to learn like more new
Okay.
stuff.
All right. Soon you will have exam again. I will see who is who. If it is too weak, and just I'll remind you, okay, warn you. And because if you're too weak and coming to this class and just listening, I don't know what you will you learn from here.
But Mr. Kazim, may you please like when if you put any quiz, like if we're gonna have any quiz like last times, may you please like 2 weeks after that we're gonna have the quiz, can you please put us like the work, like a paper that is like almost gonna say us what's the quiz gonna be about?
Okay. Okay. Let's continue. All right. Combining the curve, some special figures are not rectangles. However, their perimeters can be calculated by changing them into rectangles through cutting, shifting, and combining the curves, right? For example, if you look at this figure, is it a rectangle? No, it's not. Is it a special
Have
any
to
figure?
cut it.
No. But it says a calculated perimeter of the following. But as you see here, if I just cut this part, for example, right? Cut, I can just move it to here, right? And I'm just cutting this part. Now it becomes a rectangle, right? And also I will just cut this part and move this here, right? And also this one into here. Now we are not changing anything. Now it becomes a rectangle. And the length is given, width is given. Now what is the perimeter? Perimeter is 2 times 13 plus 19, which is equal to 13 plus 19. It is 32. 2 times 32 is 64. Okay. Sadiq, what is it? I forgot your name. Shamil, Yasmin, Sadiq. This
Yes.
question for you, okay? Calculate the perimeter. I mean, for everybody, you have 1.5 minutes. Calculate and write your answer in the chat box. Okay, do not tell the answer until the time is up. 1.5 minutes. Shamil, do you understand anything here? Huh, Shamil?
Yes.
Are you sure? Are you solving this problem, Shamil?
Yes.
Good. Okay, we have one answer here from Sadiq. You think, why do you think, Sadiq, you are not sure?
No, because I did not use now 3 centimeters. I'm not sure 100% that I should use or not use.
Okay, Sadiq, let's wait for 20 more seconds, okay, for others. If nobody answers, then we will discuss together. Nazlı, Shamil, Neil, Yasmin, what is your answer?
I haven't got the answer yet.
Why?
I'm still solving.
You are still solving how? On the paper or just mentally?
Mentally.
Oh, you need to draw this picture and solve on the paper, Nazlı.
Okay.
I'm also doing mentally because right now I don't have a paper. That's why it's kind of gonna take me along to draw to my mind and do it.
Yasmin, how about you?
I'm still doing it.
Why? Why is taking so much time? Okay, guys, let's do it together. So calculate the perimeter of the following figure, right? Now, as you see here, this one, right? I can just move it here, or if I just
No,
move this
why?
here.
I just have one question for you. Why are you adding it? When we learned, I remember we cut it. We took, as you can see, like we took one part that is gonna be easier for us, like 3 centimeters near it. 1 second, let me show. 1 second, 1 second. Like this, we did. We did like, and then we use this 3 here, and then I don't multiplied in something equals 9, and then we did this part. Like we can't like cross it out one more time. We found this part, it leave it like this, and then we did like plus multiply stuff, and we found this corner, this, and this. Why are you adding it like this? We didn't learn adding, we learned like this cutting.
I'm not adding, I'm just moving. This part, I'm moving. Right? If you just remove this and then put it here, right? Just move it here. Does anything change? Nothing changes.
Yes, but then how are you gonna do it if you move?
No, look. Okay, can you delete this, Neil?
Yes, 1 second. Let me delete it. Let me go to it. Okay, yes, I deleted.
Okay. So of course there are a lot of different ways to do this in simpler way, but now here from this point to this point it is 11 centimeters, right? So now as you see here, if I add, look at this red line, this one, right, plus this one, plus this one, is it 11? Right? Because that's equal to 11, right?
Yes, yes,
Exactly the same thing, right? Look at this one. This one, if I just add this plus
yes,
this plus this, that's equal to 11, right?
yes.
Okay. So now this one is 3. Okay. So perimeter, I'm finding this perimeter. So the top bottom is 11 plus, and also you say that the top is 11. I'm talking about this marked parts, this. So that's
Yes,
equal to
they're
11,
11.
right?
Yes.
Plus, now let me change the marker. Look here. Now, how about this? If I just ignore this one, okay, I'm not drawing anything, okay, dividing from here. Look at this one, this, right? This plus this. Is it equal to 12, right? I'm just
Yes,
moving from
yes.
here and as if I'm just moving here. So here we have 12 on the right, 12 on the left. And what is
There
left
are,
here?
oh,
I didn't add this part, right? I didn't add anywhere this part, right? So here we have 2, 3. So here we have 3 plus 3. Now
yes.
this gives us a perimeter.
Oh, you like that? Oh, okay, okay.
So
This is a
now
little
11
bit
plus
easier
11,
than my way.
22, 12 plus 12, 24, and 6. And 24 plus 6, 30, it is 52. So the perimeter of this figure is 52 centimeters.
Okay, understood. May you give one more question similar to this and give us like 2 minutes to do?
Okay.
May you give a question similar to this and give us like one
Yeah,
minute to do?
I will give Neil more, okay? But first we need to practice some questions together, and after that I will give you. Now without practicing, if I give you, doesn't make sense. Now, guys, let's talk about the area, okay? Let's start a few questions, and after that I already prepared like 35, 40 questions for you. Then we will solve them together. I'll give you some
May I
time, and
read?
so yes,
May I read?
yes,
Okay, okay. Area is a measure of a size of a figure. Comparing the figure by some units is the most general method. Centimeter, centimeter two. We usually use the
not
unit of
centimeter to it is centimeter squared.
centimeter squares. We usually use the unit of the squares to compare areas. A square of a side 1 centimeter a standard unit. We call this unit area 1 centimeters. 2 squares. 1 centimeter square. And square meter. A square of a side of 1 meter is used as a standard unit. We call this unit area 1 square meter.
Okay. So what we mean by area, now we are comparing the area of bigger figures to this, about the small thing, right? If you're talking about the square, one side is 1 centimeter and all sides are 1 centimeter, and its area is defined as 1 centimeter times 1 centimeter, 1 times 1 is 1, cm times cm is cm squared or square centimeters. In a similar way, how about one side is meter and meter, that is just 1 meter squared. So when we talk about the area, for example, what is, we are given a triangle whose length is 4, this one is 3, right? That means that how many square centimeters are needed to cover this rectangle. Now, if I just divide this into 3, right? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the width into 3, 1, 2, 3. How many square centimeters do we have here? Unit square centimeters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, right? And simple here we have 3 times 4, that is 12 square centimeters here. So simply to find the area of the square, we know that we should multiply the side length by side length. That's just a square rectangle length times width. It gives us the area. So the area of a square is 81 centimeters. So we don't know its side. Let's say this A, this side is A, unknown, that's A, right? And that means that how do you find the area? Length, right? It is A times A. And area is given, that's equal to 81. So what number is multiplied by itself is 81? We know that that's equal to 9,
9.
right? Another example is the area of a rectangle is 120 centimeters square. Find the possible length and width as integers of centimeter. That question is for you. You have 2 minutes, okay? Think, do it. That is SASMO question. Usually they ask this kind of question. Then we will discuss this. 2 minutes. That's, I'll just bring water for myself, okay? All right. Yes, Yasmin, Nir, Shamil, Nazlı, and Sadiq. Any answer? Did you understand the question?
Yes, I understood. It's like two numbers that multiply to each other that can equal 120.
Okay. And it says that find the possible length and width as integers of centimeters.
Well, 120, I did it like in my copy like 10 times. I couldn't find the same numbers that could multiply that equals 120.
Oh, you didn't
Mister,
understand. Yes, Sadiq.
No,
I did not multiply. I plus like length and width. All of them are 30.
No. That is wrong. It
No,
says
I
that the area,
understood.
look, the area of a rectangle. We are talking about this kind of rectangle. Okay. And we know the rectangle length is greater than width, right? It's the length and width. Okay. And here the area, it says that the area that is length times width, that's equal to 120. What is the question? Find the possible length and width as integers of centimeters. To do this one, let me just make a table.
Mr. Kazim, can I just say 20 and 6?
Yes, it's just one option. All right. We have a lot.
Yeah,
Here,
I know that's why. I thought that we had to find the same numbers, like equal. That's why I
how come,
said
Neil, you didn't understand the question?
No, I understood. I had like 6 and 20. I knew it. Well, except I just thought that we had to do like the same number multiplication. And then I read it one more time. I
And
understood that
that's
it
why,
should
Neil, that's why you need to practice more questions, okay? That's why if you don't practice much, when you read the question every time, maybe it is like this, maybe it is like this. If you practice
I just
more,
read it.
when you read the question, you understand exactly, okay, this question is asking this, so I have to do this one.
I knew it. I just didn't say it because I thought maybe it was wrong.
Okay. Anyway, guys, here one answer, but they are asking more, right? How many possible things do we have? The area of a rectangle is 120. And we know that to find the area, we need to multiply length by width, right? So that means that what actual numbers product, right? Multiplication is equal to 120. So we know the length is greater than width. If, for example, let's say width is equal to 1 centimeters, what will be its length? Length will be 120, right? That's one possible answer. And how about width is equal to
Can I
2,
say
and
all?
it will be 60, for example. And if it is 3, and the length will be 40,
40,
right? And if it is 4, for example, it will be 30.
30,
And if it is
5,
5, for
24,
example, it will be
24.
24. I can continue
And then
width
6,
and length.
28,
If it
and
is 6, it is 20. If it is
20.
8, it is 15. If it is 10, it is 12, right? Now I should stop here because if it is 10 now here, 12 here, it will be 10. Well, you're just repeating. And we know the length should be greater than width. So these are the all possible answers. And if I say that, okay, the size of the rectangle must be a whole number, okay, and it is area, it is equal to, its area is equal to 120. If I ask you how many such rectangles can you construct, in SASMO they may ask such questions. How many? Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can construct only 8 different rectangles which satisfy this condition. Okay, Mr. Sadiq, are you there?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Are you ready for the next question? I'll give you
Yes.
2.5 minutes for the next question, okay? All right, time starts now. Read it well. Okay, just guys, before we continue, let's have a look at this, and after that, I will ask you that question. Cutting methods. Yasmin, can you read the first part? The second part, Nazla, you will read it. Okay, Yasmin is not here. Nazli, can you read it from the top? What do you see?
What?
Read it.
Similar to combining method, cutting and flipping up are also basic methods to handle regular figures. Cutting method, diving an irregular figure to several simple figures, calculate each of them and sum up the result.
Okay. Now here, if we are talking about regular figure like square or triangle or rectangle, we know how to find its area, right? And how about if we have some kind of irregular figure? At that time, we can just cut this into smaller pieces, such each piece becomes a regular figure. As you look at this figure, for example, if we want to find the area of the whole figure, if I just cut through here, this dashed line, right? Now we will have two different rectangles. To find the whole area, we need to find the area of rectangle B, the area of rectangle A, and if I just add this, we will get the total rectangle. So here we have A is equal to length 10 times width, it is 2, so that is 20 cm squared. And how about part B? Part B is width, it is 4, length, it is 7, 28 cm squared. So the total area will be 48 cm squared. Okay, let's go. Now you have 1.5 minutes, okay? Find the area of the following figure. Sadiq, to answer first, 180. Second, what do you mean, Sadiq, two answers? There must be only one answer.
Yes, but I did and I got two answers.
How come?
I don't know. Like I
No,
did.
I think, do you know what he means? I think he means like each site he found.
No, no, we need to find the area of the following figure, right?
I
And we have
already
just,
found that answer.
yes, Nazla, what is your answer?
Can I write it private in your chat, or we are already?
Yeah, you can just tell me now because time is up.
Okay,
Tell me
it says 220 centimeters.
squared, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So now either from here or from here, I can split it. Let me just do this from here. So this one is part A and this one is part B, right? So this one is 30 and this one is 20, right? So this should be 30 plus 20, right? And this side is 40. So what is A? A is equal to 30 times 40. That's equal to 1200 cm squared. And how about the part B? We are talking about this area, right? Length, it is 50 times width is equal to 20. It is 20. 5 times 2, 10. It is 1000 cm squared. Now, what is the total area? 1200 plus 1000. That is 2200 cm squared. Okay, Sadiq.
Yes.
2200 centimeters squared. Okay, now if you're ready, let's say another question. All right. How about this figure? The length of the following squares are 4, 3, 2, 1, right? We are talking about this one is the first square, and that's the second one, and this is the third one, and this is the fourth one. And these sides are 4, 3, 2, and 1 centimeter respectively. Find the area of the shaded part. How do you find the area of the shaded part? 2 minutes. Yasmin, are you there or already sleeping?
No, I'm there. I'm there.
So are you solving this question?
Yes, I'm solving it. I'm trying to.
Do you understand the question?
Mister, I don't understand the question.
Now look at the picture. For example, here, right? How do you find this the shaded region in this example?
One
To
second,
find
I
this
think
one,
I'm
I need to find the area of the big square minus that we are just removing, right? This unshaded part. So that gives us the area of the shaded part. So if you just look at, for example, the first one, that's blue one, right?
Is
The big,
it 21?
I don't know. The first one is what is it? It is 4 squared, right? Let's say the first squared minus the smaller one, 3 squared. It is 16 minus 9, so is equal to 7. That is our first one, okay? And how about the second one here? That is here, the first and second, right? And third one is, it is 2 squared minus 1 squared, that's equal to 4 minus 1, that's equal to 3, right? Now, if I just add this together, these two shaded parts, that's equal to what? It is 10 centimeters squared. So the answer is, area is 10. Neil, what did you say? What was your answer?
No, I didn't see the square like that one. That's why I only counted the big one. I didn't check this part.
Yeah, but did you understand this idea how we are calculating this?
Yes.
We should just remove, right, some part from this, then it gives us the shaded region. Okay. Sadiq, did you understand?
Not too much.
Not too much. Sadiq, let me ask you another question. Just one simple question, okay? Suppose that, Sadiq, you have a swimming pool. Okay, this is Sadiq's swimming pool. And usually around the swimming pool, and there's a kind of path, right, for walking. Okay, here, that is a path. All right, you can just walk. Maybe this also we have tiles, but actually this the length the same. And if the length of this one is 20 meters, and width, let's say it is 10 meters, okay, and the small rectangle is, let's say this one is 16 meters, and this length is, let's say it is 6 meters. How do you find the area of this shaded region here? Because the swimming pool inside is not covered by anything, right? So if you suppose that inside is not empty, I will find the area of the big triangle, that is 20 times 10, right? And I have to remove this inside this part, right? This part, I'm just removing this. Removing means subtract the area, that is 16 times 6, which is equal to 200 minus 96, that's equal to 104. How I can say that then the area of the shaded region, right, the path around the swimming pool, is 104 square meters. How about now, Sadiq? Do you have some idea now, a little bit, how we are finding this?
More, yes, I understand more a little.
If yes, guys, try next question. How about this question? Read it well and do it. You have 2.5 minutes. Very similar question to the example, to the previous example. 30 seconds left. Shamil, Nazlı, Nil, Yasmin, Sadiq, any answer?
No, I have no answer yet.
Why not? Why? How about you, Neil? And Yasmin, Shamil, Nazlı? Okay, guys, let's do it together. Okay. Neil, any answer? Yasmin? Okay. All right then. Square flower bed is surrounded by a pool of 5 feet width, as you see in the picture. So if the area of the pool is 300 square feet, find the area of the flower bed. Okay, we need to find the area of the flower bed. What is given here? The area of the pool, right? So the area of the pool, now let me just divide like this. Number one is from here until here. Okay. Second one is from here until here, right? Now, how many rectangles do we have here? Here we have 3, right? One, let's say this called this A, and the second one, they are exactly the same, also A, and this one is also A, and here we have A, right? So it says that the area of the pool is 300 square feet. So that means that here we have A plus A plus A plus A. That is, here we have that A together, A plus A plus A. 4 areas. That's equal to 300. And A plus A plus A, that's equal to 4 times A. That's equal to 4 times 75. Then just capital A, right? The area of one rectangle here, it is 75. Now we know that what is the width actually is equal to 5 feet, right? This one is 5 feet. This one is 5. This one is 5. So this 75, I can write it as 5 times 15. So that means that this length at the time, this length should be equal to, what is it? 15. And this one is 5. So what is the side of the square then? So this side is 15, right? It is 15, and this part is 5. So actually it says that it is square flower bed, right? This is our first step. So one side of the square is, what is it? 20. So now the second one is from the area of the big square, right? If I subtract the area of this one, right, the pool, it gives us the area of the flower bed. So the area of the big square is 20 times 20 minus the area of the pool, right? That is 300, which is equal to 20 times 20 is 400 minus 300. That's equal to 100, what is it, square feet. So the area of the flower bed is dot, dot, dot. It is 100 square feet. Sadiq, did you understand?
Yes, I understood the calculation.
Okay, but why you couldn't solve this problem? Okay, Sadiq, try another one. Okay. And now we will do some questions related to some other stuff. Sadiq, can you read it?
Yes, for the relation between side length, area, and perimeter. For the question about perimeter and area of rectangle, we usually find side length, and width. Length plus width first.
Okay, now we'll just see them in example. For example, this example, let me just show this. Okay, you will try maybe a second example. If a square is divided, now as you see here, the big square, right, is divided into 3 identical rectangles. The perimeter of each rectangle is 32 centimeters. Find the area and perimeter of the square. Okay, now we are given a square. All sides are equal, right? And it says that the perimeter of each rectangle. What is the perimeter? Let's say this one side is W. Also, this will be W. Also, this will be W, right? And how about the length? Let's say it is L. Here it is L. Here it is L. And also here is L, right? And in the question, it says that a square is divided, right? Now, from here, Sadiq, what can you tell me? What is the length of L? If I just write like this, L is equal to 3 times W. Is it correct or not? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Because here all sides are equal, right? This side equals this side equals this side because it's a square, right?
Yes.
And the second one is, it says that the perimeter of each rectangle is 32. So how do you find the perimeter of the rectangle? It is 2 times length plus width, right? Is equal to 32. 32 is 2 times 16. So this 2, it is gone. And now here we have L plus W. What is L? L is 3W plus W. On the right hand side, now I have here 16. 3W plus 1W, altogether we have 4W, and 16 means it is 4 times 4, right? This 4 gone. What is W? Is equal to 4. If we know W, also we can find the length, right? Because length and W, they are related by this equation. So length is equal to 3 times W. W is 4, that's equal to 12. What is 12? 12 is the side of this square. And number 3, we need to find the area and perimeter of the square. So the area of the square is, one side is 12, another side is 12. So that's equal to 144 cm squared. And how about the perimeter? We know that just 4 times side length. That's equal to 12. That's equal to 48 cm squared. Okay. All right. We have 2 more examples, guys. I will finish the class, okay? All right. Sadiq, let's finish this question with you then, okay? Read example 2, and that's last example.
Example 2. This is originally a piece of square paper. 2 of its corners are cut away. The area of the square is 400 centimeters. All of the angles of the remaining figure are right angles. Find the perimeter of the figure on the right.
Okay. It says that this is originally a piece of square paper, and 2 of its corners are cut away. With a scissor, right, you're just cutting this part, right? And this part cut off, and also this part from here cut off, and also this part cut off, okay? The area of the square is 400. How do you find the area? We know that area of the square is one side is multiplied by another side. That is 400. We know the 400, we can write it as 20 times 20. So that means that one side of the square is 20 centimeters, right? Now, all of the angles of the remaining figures are right angles. Find the perimeter of the figure on the right. So how do you find this? Again, as you see here, if I just move this one is here, right? And also this one here, and this one into here, and also this one into here. Now we actually, they form some kind of square here, right? And how about this one? Also cut this and move it here, and cut this and move it here, right? Again, we will have just a square. So that means that the perimeter of this figure is just equal to the perimeter of the original square. So number 2, just then we know the side of the perimeter is 20. Perimeter of the figure is 4 times 20. That's equal to 800 centimeters. Okay, Sadiq.
Yes.
Okay, Sadiq, the last question, okay? And I will finish the class for today. We will continue next time. Sadiq, can you also read this question and let me know what you understand? After they will discuss together and finish the class.
Yes. The figure on the right is formed by 4 identical rectangles. The area of the big square is 46 centimeters, 64 centimeters. Find the perimeter of the rectangle.
Okay, so it says that the figure on the right is formed by 4 identical rectangles, right? That one is A, this one is B, maybe I can write here, this one is C, and this one is D, right? And we just formed this. And it says that the area of the big square is 64. Find the perimeter of the rectangle. So this one, let's say this side is, what is it? This is W, okay? And this side, it will be L, okay? And also for this will be L, this will be W, because all are identical. And this is L, this will be W. And this will be L, this will be W, right? What is the question? We need to find the perimeter of a rectangle. What rectangle? Just one of these small rectangles, right? And to find the perimeter of the rectangle, we know that the area is 2 times length plus width, right? And what is given here? It says that the area of the big square is 64. So number 2, the area of the big square is, how do you find the area of the big square? It is one side length times one side length. As you see here, one side length is just W plus L, right? And times W plus L. That is equal to 64. 64 is 8 times 8. So that means that these are the same thing. That means that W plus L must be equal to 8. Now, if I substitute here, as you see, I don't have to know the value of W or L. Just I need their sum. So what is W plus L? It is 8. Substitute here, 8. So that's equal to 16. So the perimeter of one small rectangle then is equal to 16 centimeters.
Mister,
Yes.
I have a question. In the first, P makes 2. Why did you get 2? From what did you get 2?
You mean its perimeter?
Yes, after perimeter there's number 2. Why did you put 2?
No, Sadiq, you forgot this. What is, how do you find the area of a rectangle? This is L, this is L. This is W, this is W. How many L's do we have? 2. How many W's? 2, right? So
Yes.
that's why it is P 2L
Okay, now I
plus 2W. Okay?
yes.
Okay.
Understand now.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. That much is enough. Okay, I will just drop 1 or 2 exercises in the group. Okay, Sadiq and others, you need to practice those questions, and we will solve those questions together next time. Okay? Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay.